Hey y'all, welcome back to Trendy DIY 29, back with another video. Sorry it's been a while, it's been about a month since I filmed a video, and my garden has been kind of, I would say neglected for about like almost 2 weeks now. So there's tons of damage to my garden, which is kind of expected, but I've been working on my business. If you want to, check me out, www.creativejourney29.com, and I have all handmade products there. So make sure you check me out and support my small business. But anyway, as you can see, the basil has went to seed, which is pretty good because whatever pollinators that's left, they're like having a problem finding pollen because there's not that many flowering plants. A lot of them are starting to die down. And I'm just going to come see if there's anything to harvest. I got a new basket, guys, with a handle. Was thinking smart. Here you can see the Swiss chard that I've been having a problem with. I finally got some to grow, but as you can see, it's really not that, that much to write home about. The chamomile died off, but as you can see, it's growing a ton more. So we'll see how that goes. We have our mesclun greens mix. As you can see, is doing really bad. I think the birds are eating it, to be honest. Right here I have my garlic, which will be harvested sometime in the spring. So this will be here for a while. And right here are my collards. As you can see, something like literally ate all of it. It really did. I can't be mad. I neglected it. My dinosaur kale, as you can see, something was eating it. The cabbage that I harvested, as you can see, it's growing back a whole bunch of side shoots, which cabbage will do. It just will not produce another head. And then you see my red Russian. As you can see, something's been eating it. Like all of this is from leaving my garden for 2 weeks. They did a lot of damage, a lot of damage. Right here, I have the different beets that I started. I do not believe that these are doing that well because they look very leggy like, but I'm gonna let them sit because they are a longer producing kind. So I'll wait and see. As you can see, look what happened here. Literally, my flower grew all the way down to the ground, as you guys can see out of the pot. This is all the spinach and the mustard greens that I planted. And as you guys can see, birds have been devouring my stuff. The spearmint is doing great. The curly kale had a lot of caterpillars on it, so I pulled those off earlier. So like literally, this is what 2 weeks can do. Like look what this is what happened, and I found two slugs on my plants after a really, really heavy rain, and I didn't come out here, and when I did, this is the damage that they did. Like look at that, 2 little slugs. So basically the having all my greens for Thanksgiving is probably not going to happen. There's not that much to harvest. So you live and you learn. So I'll definitely take that into consideration next year. But the crazy thing is we've been having 40-degree nights lately, and my tomato plants are still producing flowers. This is the homestead. And look, it's producing way more tomatoes now than it did in the summer, which is weird. Here goes another one. And I took so long, if you guys can see, one was already ripe and it fell off and disintegrated into the soil. That's what'll happen if you don't pick it. And then here goes the big beef steak. I have one ready, so I'm just gonna take that. It's not many. Why it's not twisting off? Why is it not? There we go. And then I have this one. I'm going to take this one too. And I'm just going to let this one finish on the windowsill. Because since it's not summer, I don't come outside as much. And then right here, I have the sugar snap peas. Now, I would advise any person who wants to start an edible garden that doesn't have a lot of space to definitely grow some sugar snap peas. As you can tell, this is like the most healthiest plant. This is the one plant I never have any problems out of. And we're just going to go ahead and harvest these because you don't want to let them get this big. Like, this is kind of big. Like, usually you should be able to get your nail up underneath there and then snap them off. I think because I let mine sit on there for so long that they are kind of, if you guys are looking at my hands, they look kind of weird because I was painting earlier and I got paint on my hands. I washed them, but the paint won't come off. And I will share that project with you guys. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to use my scissors. It'll make my life a lot easier. And I'll share that project with you guys once it's completed. I didn't want to do a DIY video because my boyfriend built it. So the only thing I did was paint it. But I would like to share it with you guys so that you can, I can't even get in here, can, you know, try it out for yourself if you know somebody crafty who could make it for you. Pretty inexpensive thing, so I'll definitely share it. So I'm just cutting this. It's a few on here because literally I have not cut any of these off since I planted this. Like, not one bee. I have not harvested not one pea. I said bean, but actually it's a pea. It's a difference. I'm trying to make sure you guys can see. And you got to really look for these because they will hide, as you can see. And I'm going to go around, see if there's any more. Look, more flowers are coming in, so I'll be getting more peas. Here goes some more. And I'll probably use this tonight because I plan on probably making some type of stir fry or something. So I may or may not film it because making food videos are kind of complicated. Well, they take more work basically. So now I'm just going to go down here in the dirt and pick out all my little peas that I dropped. But guys, definitely, and peas grow really fast. So if you haven't planted anything, go ahead and get you some sugar snap pea seeds and try it out. Because I'm pretty sure you'll be able to grow some. Now, I don't know how big of a harvest you're going to get depending on where you live. But if you live somewhere that doesn't have like a diddly, like cold, freezing type of winter, then you'll be good. Oh, this one. Let me see any more. Look at all of these that I missed, guys, that are in the inside. Like, they hide. Because what I do is I succession planted these. So I planted like 5 plants. And then once they developed, started to get about, let's say about 8 inches tall, that's when I popped in some more seeds. Sorry about my hand, guys. I'm just trying to dig in there and get these peas out that fell to the bottom. So I planted 5 plants, and then I waited till they got about 8 inches tall and started to develop flowers, which meant that they were about to start to grow peas. And then I planted another, I believe, 4 or 5 more. So there's about like 10. You can plant a lot of peas. Like, I've learned that peas are okay with overcrowding. They'll support each other. And I have this little makeshift cage that I made. I feel like I'm missing. Like, I missed some, so I'm gonna look, because if you just leave them, they'll just get bigger and bigger and bigger, and eventually it'll change the flavor. But during the summer, mine got big and I ate them and they still were good to me, so I guess it's up to your preference. But in the cooler months, they tend to be way sweeter. So let's check out these are the hybrid, the patio hybrids. You know, as you guys can see, they're starting to turn. I have one that looks like something bit into it back there. So I'm going to have to pluck that one off. And look, this one's still massively developing flowers. I'm going to go over to here. And I wanted to show you guys something because I think it's hilarious. I thought that everything was done, but guys, look. Another pepper is growing. And I have pepper buds. This is the banana pepper. See these little pepper buds? They're all over this plant. Look. Look at all those little buds. So this is just not done yet, I guess. Like, okay, cool. And something I wanted to point out, guys, that these are, if you guys are wondering what that is, that's a tomato that I had sat here and I meant to throw it away, and then it ended up just decomposing there. So yeah, that's what happened. But these are the radishes I put in a while ago, and they came out really small. And I want you guys to see this. And I've planted these breakfast radishes before in a container, and I'm gonna tell you why I think that they came out so tiny. Look at this. I think they came out so small because, for one, look how tiny these are. I think those came out so small is because I was not giving it as much attention as I did in the, see that? In the winter, in the summer. So they didn't get as much fertilization and all of that other stuff. So I'm just pulling them out. And like, it's not that big of a deal. A few seeds, whatever. I'll just pull them all out. And then I'll just throw them in the grass, give it to the birds, whatever. But like nothing. But here goes my kohlrabi. It looks terrible though, because it had some of the green leaf loopers on it. But kohlrabi, you just take it and you cut it from the base. It's really, really tough, and these scissors are not the sharpest. As you guys can see. So I'm just going to squeeze it and try to snap it. It's not working. This is like really hard, guys. Kohlrabi is... I'm going to have to sit this down, guys, and then I will sit this down. And then I can cut it how I need to. And you can just twist it like most root vegetables. And I'll probably use this in my stir fry too. And if you guys are wondering what kohlrabi tastes like, kohlrabi, which this is, kohlrabi tastes like broccoli. So it has a very, you can eat the leaves as well, but I'm not going to because you can see the caterpillars ate the leaves. But I'm going to eat this, and you just peel it and you dice it up, and you can stir fry it, saute it. You can cook it, you can steam it just like broccoli. It tastes like broccoli stalk. And that was overripe. And here goes a little baby small one else that's growing back. One there. So, but I think that's just so amazing how the banana pepper is producing. So you guys just see me fight with this kohlrabi. I've never grown kohlrabi before, so wow, that is a strong plant. And look at all of these tomatoes, guys. Like they're so, look, it's dying off, but it's still creating, look, new growth. So I don't know. These look like they might make it through the winter, so I might not even pull them out or do anything. I might try to cover these with either some towels or some blankets or something, and cover them at night when it starts to get real cold, and try to prolong these to keep the roots warm, so in the summertime I'll be in business. These are the plants I started indoors. As you guys can see, they haven't really got that much bigger. They've just been chilling because I didn't have any space for them, and the birds ate a lot of the ones that I planted already. So yeah. Oh guys, walking past the pea plant, I just saw some more that I missed. You see how these things just hide? Like seriously. Look, there's another one right here. That's so hilarious. And it's just like, I swear, you could sit here and just find them all day. Here goes another one. That's the thing that I think is crazy, because I just went through here and I'm still finding them. So this is, and then look at the calendula. I mean, not the calendula, the marigold. Marigold and calendula are the same family, but I want to do some research because I love calendula. I use a lot of calendula in my skincare products, but I do not grow my own calendula. Like, I order it. So I would love to be able to grow a lot of the botanicals that I use to make sure and guarantee, how they were grown and the stability and all of that good stuff. But look how beautiful and how bright calendula is. And there's actually an old wise tale about calendula and marigolds. And they say that they help with eyesight because they're so bright that when you stare at them, they strengthen the eye, which I think is really cute. So this is all we harvested today, guys. Let me show you over here. Remember when I told you you cut cabbage? Cabbage will never grow another head, but this is what it will do. It'll send out side leaves. So these are all little cabbage leaves. So whenever you cut the head of your cabbage off, you can just let it stay and it will grow side leaves. You can use these to stir fry, steam, whatever. Same thing. And then over here in the corner is a brand new cabbage plant that I grew. And I just did an experiment and put one there and one there. Maybe that wasn't the smartest because they're probably competing for nutrients, but yeah. This is the crazy lavender that died, and now it's just growing like crazy. I don't know why it's like that. And like I told you guys, stuff will still grow. I already had cut all the peppers down, and look, I actually have a jalapeno that's worth harvesting, so I'm going to take the little jalapeno. And then over here was my little bell pepper that I said I was just going to leave it on there. Look, it just turned red, so when it starts to turn colors, it means it's not going to get any bigger. So, little baby one, lack of nutrients, because look how many pepper plants I have in this one container. Little experiment. And then over here, of course, I have all of this basil, and all the basil went to flower, and bees love this. And that's, so whenever you see certain plants that's like, oh, it went to flower, you don't gotta rip it out. Yeah, basil is nasty when it goes to flower. I would not cook with this basil because it no longer tastes like the basil that we like to eat. But you can keep the basil in your garden because it's good with keeping away certain pests, and it's also good with feeding your pollinators. So keep that in mind. So guys, this is what we have harvested right here. Make sure that you like, you share, and you subscribe, and I will be back to you with another video.